Well, it didn't take long for Samoa Joe to get back in the ring.
What up, Marks?
Guys, let's jump into this NXT review and reaction of a big episode of NXT that set up a lot of stuff for NXT Takeover 36 the night after SummerSlam. It's looking like a top-notch show. We already got announced that Walter versus Ilya Dragunov is happening on NXT Takeover. Their first match was a classic. Second match seems to be, it'll be like in the same vein as the first. Now, the show starts off tonight with Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa tag teaming it up against Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. You already know it's gonna be a physical ass matchup between these four guys. They're going all out. They're gonna beat the living hell out of each other. But the returning Ridge Holland, the guy we haven't seen since Pat McAfee was forming his crew. Remember, he tore his knee up right as that was starting up, leading up into War Games. So he tore his his leg up there, and then we got what we got later on. So he comes back and helps out Dunn and Lorcan win the match here, and then they beat down Thatcher and Ciampa after this. So it was cool to see. It was cool to see him back. It'll be interesting how this is going to work out. Does Pat McAfee make a return to NXT? Does he show up? Because it kind of crews together once they get Danny Burch back. Should be pretty interesting. We've got a nice little faction going on here, international faction except Oney Lorcan. But it was a good solid start to the show.
Yeah, I thought it was a hot match. It was a tough brawl. You expected it with the guys involved. They just beating the crap out of each other the entire match. So that was fun. And hot match, guys beating the crap out of each other. You'd love to see it. That's what you expect with the guys in the ring. And then Holland coming back was a big surprise. I mean, it was sad when we saw him go. I remember him coming out of his Mercedes, and he was in the storyline or something, and then he was just on a stretcher, and it was done. And it just out of that, like craziness. So definitely good to see him back and destroying people. He looks great. He sounds great. Definitely set up for this team. I don't know. I think Pat McAfee should stay on SmackDown. I think he's like a fun announcer. He's a highlight, like he always has these little one-liners where he throws in where you might not even hear it, but it's some hilarious stuff. So I just think he should be over there. But this was a good way to start the show.
Yeah, it really was. We'll see how Pete Dunne seems to be the leader of this crew once they get Danny Burch in, especially be a four-man crew. Should be a lot of fun, the kind of fun matchups they can get into. Now, the next thing on the show is probably the biggest thing on the show by far. We all knew it was coming, though. Samoa Joe comes out, and he calls out William Regal. William Regal got beat down by Karrion Kross last week. He was planning on firing Kross tonight, but Samoa Joe gives him the option to give you a three-step option. First, you sign this is my resignation from NXT management, so no longer be an enforcer. That didn't last too long. The second one is you reinstate me into the NXT roster. So now he's an in-ring performer. We knew that was coming. And then the third one is you give me this match against Karrion Kross at NXT Takeover 36 for that NXT championship.
Samoa Joe versus Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship at Takeover 36.
So it seems like that's the way it's going to lead to Kross getting to the main roster and probably Samoa Joe taking this title off of him. But I want to commend Joe. Tremendous promos by Joe. I really enjoy how it's just he has like a certain effect to his promos, especially when he said listen to me to Regal like 3 or 4 times. I thought it was really good, nice little touch he adds to his promos. He just does little things like that where he just makes them impactful and mean more just by adding small little things. So Joe's just a tremendous promo. It'll be interesting to see when we see Kross back on NXT. Will he show up again on Monday Night Raw? Will he continue to show up on Monday Night Raw? Or will we just leave that behind and kind of just go? I know they're testing him out on Raw to see what kind of reactions he gets. That's the whole point of it. But we'll see how this story progresses. The match is set. NXT TakeOver 36.
Yeah, this segment was awesome. I loved it. Joe's intensity was amazing. Just he was so believable the entire time. Even William Regal's facials were great. I thought the whole thing was just very well done. I like how quick they moved it. There was just to get Samoa in there just for it to make sense and build a storyline. They did it quick. They did it good. Everything was flowed perfectly, and this was a great way to end it. Not end it, but start the actual feud. So let's see when Kross comes back, and is Scarlett going to be there? I don't know. Is he going to have the smoke? Is he going to have all the pomp and circumstance? I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? But definitely a hot way to start off this feud now. Like, this is definitely the match, and this is going to be the main event. And Joe, man, he still got it. I don't know how much he has left in the tank with it. Like, in the ring, but he might be better than ever just on the promos.
Yeah, he's just got to stay healthy. That's the main thing about this.
Yeah.
If he can win his title, stay healthy, have a really, really good run in the ring. But this is a big money match, something they haven't had in a long time in NXT. Just like money. This is just money. I mean, you got Reigns, Cena. You have Walter, Dragunov. You have this match, Joe versus Kross. I mean, this is going to be a really tremendous weekend for NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam. It's going to be good stuff. Next thing on the show, though, you have the NXT Breakout Tournament. Carmelo Hayes taking on Josh Briggs. This is a solid match between the two. I mean, Briggs is a shit ton bigger than Hayes, a lot taller than he was. But in the end, Carmelo Hayes gets the win. Now, it seems to be you have Duke Hudson and Carmelo Hayes to be the two favorites. They're going to face each other in the next round. So they seem to be the two favorites as to win this whole tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a fun little match. I thought it was solid. I don't know what we're going to get out of this entire tournament. It's kind of in the background right now. It's more background music than anything. But, this is how you lay the groundwork for building younger stars and getting guys for NXT to continue that factory of NXT superstars growing. So that way when guys move on to the main roster and get their careers ruined and the future endeavored, they got somebody to fill their place.
Yeah, Duke Hudson, the former Brendan Vink, who we saw a lot of during the early pandemic days, Empty Arena. He seems to have a newfound confidence and a solid character, well, at least a solid bravado to him as Duke Hudson. So we'll see how that goes. He seems to be the favorite in my mind to kind of win the whole tournament. Next thing on the show is an interesting one. So Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are coming out here to kind of call out who's next, like who's going to take her on at TakeOver, who in the women roster wants a piece of Raquel Gonzalez. It's Dakota Kai pretty much cutting the promo for her and souping her up and hyping her up. Nobody comes out, obviously. And then we get the turn we've all been waiting for, the Shawn Michaels Diesel, effect that they got here with the bodyguard and bodyguard becoming the champion and the other person not really being set to the side. So now she takes out Raquel Gonzalez. Dakota Kai does, and this is the match we're gonna get. This is the match that we've been waiting for: Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez. And I think it might be a smart idea to get Kai the title here. She's been grinding for a while. She's been there for a while, and I think it's her time to kind of get this title. And then you can send up Raquel Gonzalez to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or something like that. I think it's her time to move up. I think Dakota Kai needs to lead the division for a bit. I think this is where the shot where you take it and you get her to win the title.
Yeah, I think it was a great segment. I like the fact that they just did something that's old as new again, and it worked perfectly. And this made the most sense because there really isn't anybody on Raquel. They haven't been really building anybody else yet to be in the championship picture with Raquel and have a viable feud. This feud just made perfect sense because they've been a group together. Martinez has outshone Kai, so just like over the last few months, it became champion. So it was all the jealousy. It wrote itself. It did a great job, and I can't wait to see the match. It should be a fun match. But I agree. I think Dakota Kai should win it. I think, like you said, she's been grinding. She's had her chances. She hasn't got the title yet. It's time for her to win it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's her time coming. I think NXT TakeOver will be the time to her win this title and finally be the champion and kind of reign supreme over the rest of the women's roster for a little bit, because I think there's somebody else that's in the wait, like coming out. Now we got here Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro taking on Frankie Monet, Jessica Mia. Now Frankie Monet's kind of been saddled with Robert Stone brand and that thing, but once she breaks away from that, hopefully, I think she's the next star in the women's division. For sure. She has, I think, the total package, everything you need. But in this match, Carter and Catanzaro got the win, and Monet's upset with Robert Stone and the whole thing. But once she drops this whole Robert Stone thing, there should be fire stuff from her.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. The promos are working. It's just they're slowly but surely putting her in. She was just been in a bunch of squash matches. Now she's kind of getting into a feud with something going forward. But yeah, they're slowly laying the groundwork, building her smart and steady, not forcing the issue. They have other things to work with, so it's just smart booking by the guys at NXT. I just wish the main roster would do this a lot of times.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can really hope for, but it's never going to happen probably. So next thing we get here is Imperium versus Hit Row, Ashanti the Adonis, and Top Dollar. All right, so the match is going on. It's a solid match. Imperium obviously has issues with Legado Fantasma and Hit Row. They want to bring respect back to the ring, everything like that, whatever. The match going on. The main thing about this is that Legado Fantasma causes Hit Row the match, and they start brawling afterwards. So Imperium gets the win because of Legado Fantasma interfering. Hit Row and Legado Fantasma fight after the match. It says it for next week, a tag match. Legado Fantasma versus Hit Row seems to be the feud going forward. We may get Swerve Scott versus Santos Escobar at NXT TakeOver for that North American Championship.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was a great match. I think this feud between both stables has been good. Again, I know I've been repeating myself. Everything's been good, but like it's been good. Everything on NXT has been solid. It's been entertainment, and they're building people so well. It's just like they haven't really missed in a while.
Yep.
This has been everybody has come in slowly but surely. They add little tricks here. We see the little different aspects of their in-ring style, of their promos, and we're seeing just great work from everybody involved here. And we got some stars. Like they're slowly but surely building stars out of everybody involved in these factions. So it's just it's good stuff, man. I'm enjoying it all. It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's good, solid, simple stuff that NXT's doing to build everybody out.
Exactly.
So that's what it seems like. Then we have some video packages of LA Knight and Cameron Grimes playing golf, and he has Cameron Grimes as his caddy. It's interesting because he's like the Bachelor, but he has more money than LA Knight, which is kind of an interesting take on it. Not Bachelor. He's a butler. I'm sorry, not Bachelor. He's the butler. Yeah, but it's interesting. He has more money than LA Knight, so that's kind of weird. But they're doing golf. He's playing the caddy part. You have Ted DiBiase making his return and kind of telling Cameron Grimes that you're better than this. You have to fight for what you believe in, everything like that. So it's obviously seeming like they're going to lead to a match for that $1 million championship. Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, NXT Takeover. You had the Grizzly Young Veterans making an appearance too as they're playing golf back and forth and everything like that. So a lot of fun going on there, but we'll see how that progresses, and I think that's where they're going to end up at NXT Takeover. But then this leads us into the main event. Bronson Reed taking on Adam Cole, baby, in a very, very, very good match. These guys work really well together. It's good stuff. Bronson Reed's solid, really solid in the ring, having a lot of fun with this guy in NXT. Now, where he heads off, is he like a main eventer now because he lost the North American Championship? Does he get another shot because now Santos Escobar's in the mix, or is he a main roster guy? He seems to me he's going to get drafted to the main roster. Bronson Reed. That's what it seems like he's going to head. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor him, right? It sucks to be him. But Adam Cole gets a win here, and the big story is afterwards, Cole is celebrating, and he gets attacked by Kyle O'Reilly, leading up to probably Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole number 3, their third matchup at NXT Takeover. So he would drop him on the steps, and this would end up being the highlight of tonight.
What a maneuver! No, Kyle, think about it. Oh!
So that's the highlight of the night. The big suplex on the steps by Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole kind of overshadows a good match that Cole and Reed had, but you're building towards the big takeover event. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, 3.
Yeah, I mean, Reed looks good. We like him. He's been North American champion. He lost it kind of quick. We all felt like it was kind of too quick, but it was what it was. Again, he seems like a guy that Vince was just like, look at this big bastard. I'm gonna throw him around, but Cole O'Reilly 3, that's what everybody wants to see. They've had 2 really good matches so far. The first one was a little bit long, a little bit crazy. Second one was a little bit tighter. We'll see what this third one's gonna be. It's gonna be a violent war. Should it be in a cage? Should it be a crazy stipulation? Should it be a first Hell in the Cell in NXT, something like that? Cool. Maybe. Why not? Let's do it. That would be pretty cool. It has to be something crazy because they've had 2 really good matches. And they need something to cap it off and just knock out this rivalry and say, this is the end. This is the last time we're going to see each other for at least a few years until we're at WrestleMania one day. But yeah, I mean, good way to end it, I think. I didn't think it took away from it. I thought it was a clean ending. I thought it told a point and get me excited for NXT 36. Or is it 37? Whichever
36.
one it is.
I think it's 36, yeah.
36.
It's going to be a solid takeover, as they all are, but the build is becoming a pretty solid. We got a lot of matches that are in the works, seemingly already announced, or seemingly already, we all know they're going to happen. But that's our NXT review and reaction. Appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Make sure you drop a like on this one, hit the chair in the corner for it hits you first, and sub to the channel. Listen in the comment section below. Do you like NXT? Do you like where it's headed? What's your NXT Takeover kind of 36 dream card? What do you book it? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about that, and book that card. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and if it doesn't work for you, brother, do not do the job.
Big folks.